everybody, I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while. I've been very busy, and first thing notice is I did cut my hair. It's short. So yes, so I have been gone for a little while, and I've been very busy doing stuff, and I've had a great past few days because I felt like a normal person, which is always great. But I have gone to the hospital once. I did go to the hospital. I was running a fever. So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit. So with a lot of chemos, you get fevers. They're neutropenic fevers, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Which basically means that, I don't know perfectly, but I know from my experience, it has meant that my counts are very bad, so like I don't have enough white blood cells or red blood cells or eat one of those, and so that is kind of not great. In the past, I had fevers during chemo, and they were very bad. Like my longest hospital stays were for fevers because they just made me really sick, and it took a long time for my counts to be up and for my fever to go away. But this past time wasn't terrible. I did have to go up through the emergency room because it was on a Sunday, and I had an appointment to get blood on Monday, so I was so close. I was so close. But I went up, and the emergency room was fine this time. I didn't get any bad medicines, nothing like that. My amazing nurse from upstairs came down and accessed my port, and it didn't hurt. It was a good overall stay, in my opinion, because I didn't feel bad. I was running a fever at home, which is not very good, obviously, but I didn't feel bad, and so we went up, and as soon as we got to the hospital, my fever had went away, but I was still neutropenic, and my counts were really low. So they weren't low enough to the point where I would immediately need a blood transfusion, but because they were low, I was admitted. I went upstairs. So once I was admitted, I really didn't do very much for a while because, again, I did not feel bad. In the past, my fevers were really bad to where, like, I would get, like, red, like, dots on my arms, which is called marbling. Don't know. And I would just like have a hard time breathing. But this time I was just there. It was, but when I was admitted, I did stay, and I got 2 bags of blood on the next day. And then I got those, and then I spent one more night, and I got to go home that morning. So it wasn't a terrible stay. It was only 1 full day and then 2 nights. But so that's what chemo does, and that's what I want to kind of talk about, is like some of the side effects of chemo that a lot of people don't know. Like, people know it makes you sick, and a lot of people know it makes you lose your hair, but one thing I've learned is a lot of people think that cancer is the reason you lose your hair, but it's chemo, because chemo kills to kill something along the lines of alive, and so hair is obviously alive, so it comes out. And that's a big thing, and chemo gives you fevers, and it also just makes you feel gross. It's not the greatest thing, but hopefully it's working. I am taking this as a sign that maybe the chemo is working, because if I had that neutropenic fever, that means that it's doing something. It made my counts really low, so hopefully that is something. Now, just kind of a little life update personally of why I've been so busy. I have gotten to go back to school for 2 days now, and I am so thankful and grateful for all my amazing friends and teachers at school. They're so nice to me, and I loved seeing people's faces when they're like, oh, Lexy, what? Because nobody was really expecting me, and honestly, I really shouldn't have gone back because I'm not doing schoolwork or anything, But I'm very glad to be back. Seeing all my friends and going to rehearsals for school, and seeing some people. It's just very nice to feel normal. I also have not been using my wheelchair as much, which also makes me very happy because it makes you feel strong. I didn't want to go back to school in a wheelchair because then I'd feel in the chair and I'd feel weak. But so some more life updates is this weekend I'm going to go see Hamilton in Birmingham, and so taking a little family trip. And I start my next chemo February 1st. So February 1st through I think the 5th, I'll be getting chemo, and then I'll have those 24 hours of fluids, and then I'll get to come home again. So hopefully not as long as the hospital stay as the first one, and hopefully I won't be as sick, and I'll be able to leave my room actually. That would be nice. But we also met the music therapist at the hospital this past time, so I'm going to be practicing ukulele, which I've had a ukulele for a while now, and I love it, but I'm not the best at it. Like I can only play like one note. I got musician. It's like simply guitar kind of. But yeah, so that is how I've been, and just kind of a little update. And sorry I haven't posted in a while. But I love you all. I love all of you, every single one of you. Thank you so much for supporting me. And yeah. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.